Hello, weasels, and welcome back to Sky Factory 3 modded Minecraft on Phoenix Talon's server Crazybox. And I know it's been a long time since I posted a video. Let's just say real life has been stressful. But I'm keep going. Making it through. Just gonna heal my mending tools before we start, since I'm here. Bank the extra XP. Okay. So, where to start? I have been busy. And I also came on earlier and started recording, and then I realized we had a rollback and there was stuff I had to redo, so. But I guess sometimes that's a good thing. It gives you an opportunity to rethink what you're doing and make it better. I love ender lilies. We don't really need the pearls, but I just think they look cool. I want to plant them along this path, but they are so hard to breed because getting the seeds is... No, I'm not getting any seeds from these. Maybe it's because I'm using a pickaxe. Maybe if I... None that time. I have got so many ender pearls, I am like throwing them away. But no seeds. Crap. Oh well. So yeah, I planted some apple trees. And if you use bone meal in the apples, you can harvest them. I did figure out that if you just harvest the apples, they will not grow back, because this is just an oak tree. So, and I found another useful DecoCraft item. Archery targets from DecoCraft, but you can actually, they're like to scale that they actually work with the bow, so, because the dartboard was cool and I still will use that, but that was, you know, a dartboard. It really didn't, it was just not the right scale. It was more of a decorative item. But so I have this out here if I feel like just shooting stuff. I can stand way back here and practice, because distance is my problem. I have trouble. I either don't forget to compensate for distance or I overcompensate. So by shooting from way back here and then getting closer and, you know, getting more familiar with exactly how far up I have to compensate for how far back I am. I don't know, it's a thing. So, this is all new. I had some chickens here producing, the lava eggs and the redstone. I killed them all off because I got more than I need and I didn't want them to be creating any extra lag. And I actually made another generator and added it to my system, so now I have two, and they're both got a few speed upgrades on them. I mean, I don't really need that much power, but I just did it because I could. So now I've got all of these lava eggs. I don't have to sit here like I was before and put them in one at a time. These fluid tanks, you put in a lava egg and you can get lava out of them. So they'll actually convert lava eggs into lava. Um, so this is an item conduit that pulls the lava eggs into this tank and this tank, which does the conversion into liquid lava, and then the liquid lava flows into these, which then all feed into each other, and they're all connected eventually to this one, which then connects there and then feeds the generators. And by positioning this new generator here on the other side, I can connect it to the redstone feed that was feeding into the other generator. So you can get the redstone and the lava from the system. So I don't have to like wire things. And because it's actually touching the capacitors, it's like automatically hooked into the same system as everything else, which is good. So it will charge my jetpack a lot faster. And of course I have like a few spares in here, so I'll be able to rebreed them if I ever do run out of lava. Now if you look up there at the top of my house, like up there, you can see that item conduit that goes off that way. Well, eventually it goes under the platform and it comes out here. And it's carrying redstone, because this is something I came up with. This gets filled with redstone that comes from the chickens. This would have glowstone in it, but I just don't have any, and I could automate that production if I felt like it, but I don't really need it that much, because I don't make much endstone. So now here, we can turn on the water. Oops, turn on the water, and then we can turn on the lava. And then we're making obsidian. Okay. Or actually, I'll leave the lava on, and then take the water out, turn on the redstone, and now you can see we're making netherrack. And then if I turned off this and had the lava on and turned on the glowstone dust, that would make endstone. But I just don't have any, so look at all of what I've made. So I finally automated my production. I'm sure people have already done this before, but I'm late to the party and I just did it because I could. But I was using a lot of netherrack because I was making nether bricks, and I'll show you what I used them for. But one of the ways you can chisel nether bricks with the chisel, like, yeah, it was cool, and I needed it for a project. So yeah, the farm is basically the same, except they added a bunch of extra hoppers to it. And the squid are about the same. Or actually, maybe I didn't show you this. I added multiple smaller waterfalls instead of that big giant one I had, and it seems to have helped. I mean, it's nighttime now, so they're not gonna spawn because it's just right above my spawner where I get mobs. Actually, let's go down there. There's a bunch of creepers stuck together, I don't know, but... Ah, crap. Okay, so these are just a bunch of creepers. That's why it's made out of obsidian. But at least most of them dropped loot before they were. So then I can come in here and I can take the loot. And the XP is already sent all the way up to my XP thing. Oh yeah, and I didn't show you this. I don't know if the lighting will be good enough to see here, but I have horns. If I show them, I have a tail. I have tail and horns. It was something you can craft, and but it doesn't show up good through my armor as much. But I just was bored one day and searched evil and came up with it was in Britannia. So I thought that was funny. Since my character is trying to look as evil as possible. Yeah, and I took out those trees because stuff was spawning over here, or I don't know why. I left this platform in case I ever do want to get this angle, but this angle isn't really great. And I built up the sides like that because this bow will push them back, and I don't want them to like fall off the edge, because then you don't get the XP for that. So this has actually turned out to be a pretty good setup. Okay, so now let's teleport home. Okay. Oh yeah, you may have noticed the biggest changes. I upgraded them all to obsidian. I mean, they had been silver, I think. No, or iron or something. I can't remember. I think they were silver, and I had upgraded them to diamond a while ago. And then obsidian holds the same amount as diamond, but I upgraded to obsidian because I thought they looked cooler. So, and I got an ender chest. Someone gave me it. So, I don't really know what I'd put in it because I don't really have any valuables to protect. So, oh yeah, I got refrigerators to store food in for the furnace, but I finally made my own alloy smelter, so I don't have to keep using everyone else's, and that's a quick way to cook stuff. Oh, do I need more? Anyway, but sometimes you'll put lots of ingredients in here, and then this will become a full stack of whatever you're making. And it gets, and then even though there's more ingredients in here, it's not doing anything. So I just have it hooked up a conduit to export to this chest, just because that lets it, make more than a stack at a time. So if I have, like a stack of, let's say, sand for making glass or something like that, and then I walk away for a while, I can come back to it all being done instead of coming back to a stack was made and then the rest is still in there doing nothing, wasting time. So, well, I guess I was gonna show you the tavern first, but I guess This is too conspicuous to hide. The person that had built here, moved, and so this area was kind of like taken out to not like be a thing anymore. But then that left me disconnected from the platform, and center of town. I mean, I can fly there and I teleport there. It just made me feel like I wasn't, part of the group anymore, being pushed aside and not connected. So I decided to build my own bridge and make my presence known. And this here is nether brick that's been chiseled. Chisel is really cool because you can, many different blocks can make many different patterns. So yeah. And you would like, watch this. Now the problem with that is that I wish you could leave it chiseled, but it doesn't do the everlasting fire if you chisel it. Oops. I have to go all the way back around again. Yeah, that's right. But see, it doesn't do the fire thingy. I'll have to come back and light that eventually. So, that's why I left them like this. So I used those bricks, and then I made this out of obsidian. And this, I had made it out of stone, and then I decided to change it to obsidian. And we have this, like, building one that will do that for you on the server that they let me use, which was good. It's kind of hard to make, so we have one that we all share. So yeah, this is the tavern. Oh yeah, I'm hoping I get another Enderman head to put here. I changed things inside and I didn't have a place to put him, so I figured it looked cool here. He can kind of like judge you as you walk in. Or even worse, judge you as you walk out. And I changed my dog's setup a little bit. I named him Good Dog. And I changed the setup a little bit. He's got a bone, he's got his creeper head chew toy, zombie head chew toy, another bone, and he's got his food bowl. Full, these are like those plastic chew bones you get at the pet store, but then these are like actual like bones for him to eat, and he's got a ham. So, I don't know if I showed this off, but you got these barrels actually are storage, and so isn't the safe, which is cool. And I switched all of this over to the multi-block kitchen stuff. So like this sink is an actual water source, but I put the DecoCraft faucet on top of it, so you still get the animation. So yeah, I can like cook a bunch of stuff, and anything you store in these cabinets, or like any storage connected, like the refrigerators, will show up in here as ingredients, and you can use them. Like, see, I have no food in my inventory, but let's say oh, I have toast in my inventory, so I'm not gonna do that. Let's say I'll make scrambled eggs. Click that, because I have an egg somewhere in the refrigerator, and I have a pan in one of these cabinets, so I have my scrambled eggs. Oops. And so now, over here, I moved my brewing station, my brewing stand, and my potions making station is moved here. I actually have a fluid tank in here hooked up to the sink because for some of the stuff I was doing, I needed it. So it's like a water source. I don't know. You can fill water bottles from it. So I've got like all of this stuff in here and other stuff in here. So this is like, I figured brewing potions is similar to mixing drinks, so it made sense to do my potion crafting in the room, in the bar. So also I have homemade moonshine. And there's buckets of it everywhere. The old lady makes her own moonshine. Don't worry, it's legal. She has a permit. You can get a special permit for it in certain states. And this is free pie and cookies. Anybody that wants pie or cookies on this server, I would say 1 per customer per day of each. So you can have a pie and a cookie. I'd say don't take them all at once, but anybody who plays on this world and wants these, come to the tavern and get your free pie and free cookie. You don't even have to buy a beer. Yeah, and I decided to, I don't use it, but I was collecting them. I got a cowinator or beefinator or whatever that one was called. And I don't use them, but I was going to display them like this across the top. So I had the other one in an item frame, but then when we rolled back, I lost it because it was from a loot bag. So I put the pig one there. So I have my baconator, and I don't know. It was just a fun thing to collect and display them all. And yeah, this jukebox actually does play discs, but these discs are... Oh, that's also what I lost. I also lost a couple of my discs that I had gotten from loot bags. Crap. Well, anyway. All of the music in the... Like, the music discs, most of them are kind of creepy. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. So, yeah. Basically not much different, but I'll show you what I did upstairs. We had one of those epic thunderstorms, and skeleton horses like to spawn near water, and so they spawned in the pig pen right next to the little pool I have for them. So I was able to yeah, catch this guy and put him in here. So now I have a horse. I really like this look. I wish I could put these ones on fire. I wish I could replace the plain netherrack with this texture, but it just doesn't do the flame thing. And I got signs, you know, buy a drink, rent a room. I can't decide whether to call this the floating barrel or the golden carrot. I don't know. Maybe it's just doesn't really have a name. Like, it has some official name, but nobody knows it. They just call it the tavern, even though it's an inn. Maybe they just say the tavern, the inn, you know, because there's only one bar in the small hick town, and everybody knows. So anyway, she had that big vat of super strong moonshine downstairs. Well, when she said homemade, she's not kidding. Has her own moonshine still. Own, like, fermenting tanks. I thought that was a cute little detail. And of course, all she does is sit around all day drinking her products. I was gonna also put a little garden up there for her medicine, if you know what I mean. Seriously, she has a prescription. Anyway. Oh yeah, I didn't show this here. I had my grave there, which did take a lot of work to get it there, but then I didn't really like the way it was positioned, and that pig sacrifice looked kind of out of place. They're summoning some sort of kraken. So, I don't know. Some sort of like, I don't know, Chalulu or whatever. I don't know. Cthulhu, sorry. I can't word today. I don't know. Summoning some sort of apocalyptic thing. And I might put my pig sacrifice back up here eventually. If I find a more appropriate place for it. So yeah. Now, instead of shooting random objects, I have official targets to shoot. Yeah. Like I said, I always over or undercompensate. Hey, is that a bullseye? Did I actually... hey, considering how far away that was, and it was only my third try. Holy crust. I guess I don't stink at this as bad as I thought I did. If I don't stop now, I'll never shut up, so... Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.